Alright, so today we are going to be reviewing BRINYTE's T40 flashlight. So right off the bat, we have a case instead of just a box that they sent over. I believe it's just a package that they sent over, but the feeling of this case is it's more of a hard, softish. If you guys ever have one of the GoPros cases, this is exactly how it would feel like. Going inside of the actual packages itself, let's look at everything that it comes with. So right off the bat, you are slapped with the flashlight itself. It is massive. This is pretty big. I'm going to show you guys this in a little bit. Let's just see everything else that comes with this. So the package they sent over did come with some switches where you could attach it to the tail cap and you can remotely control this. They did have some Velcro on this, which is pretty nice, but I'd probably zip tie this over just to make sure it's just, like, pretty secure on my gun. There's not really much down here, but let's look at over here. We've got some spare O-rings. We've got a couple cards in here. I'm not really sure what they are. Maybe a catalog. And we have the manual for it. Now, I don't usually look at this. I like to kind of go in and dive deep for it. But this is the manual for it, if you guys ever wondered. Very nice, colorful manual. Second to last, we have the charging port. It is a USB to Type-C. And a little lanyard if you want to put one on. I never put one on. I keep usually all of these things back into the original case because I never use them. So looking at the flashlight, my first impressions when I first held this is I really wish that they gave an option to take this off. As many of you guys know, I am an M-LOK user. I'm not really a Picatinny rail user. Yes, there's Picatinny on top of my gun, but I will not put my flashlight on there. And yes, I can also grab a M-LOK to Picatinny adapter, but that's just something that I'm not used to, and I don't like how far off it is. I like my flashlights and all of the other stuff on my guns to be more low profile. Now, I did have a use for this. I thought I wasn't going to be able to play this in game and not showcase it to you guys, but I did go on a milsim for my very first time, and during nighttime there is nothing out in those woods. It is pitch black and I needed a flashlight. All I had was this on me. And boy, did it light up everything. So this might not seem like it does a lot, but I'm going to show you in this clip right now, it does a lot. The fact that I could just rotate it and kind of put it in a tight beam, I can feel that with my hand. It's pretty warm, it's there. You know, but if you're outside, you're going for a camping or walking, sorry, and you just want to light up everything, this is a flashlight that you must have because it does light up everything. So going into a little bit of the specs of this flashlight, it is 1650 lumens. The throw on this for the beam, which is this one right here, it's 490 meters long. Adjusting this guy is super simple. It's a twist on and off, you know, clockwise, counterclockwise. And the adjustable for that is around 6 to 70 degrees for the beam angle, for the spotlight and the flood mode. Now, charging this guy, I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering if you have to take out the battery, if you can charge it from here because you don't see any ports anywhere. Well, there is two ways you can charge this. One would be if you take this bottom part of your head off, you'll be able to see a Type-C charger right there. And the second way you can charge this would be the battery itself. Now, the battery is a 21700 5000 milliamp battery with a built-in USB Type-C. Now, putting the battery in, of course, positive first. Side note, once you guys get this flashlight and wondering why it's not working, unscrew the tail cap because there is a white little piece right here that prevents it from making a full connection so it doesn't drain the battery during shipping. Now, let's take a look at the pressure switch that it came with. So like I said from the very beginning, all you gotta do, remove the tail cap, add this one on, boom, that is done. All you gotta do is kind of wire it the way you like it. Personally, I don't like the coils. I was never really a big fan of these just because there is no way for me to actually keep this as low profiled as I like on my weapons, but it does work. And the one thing about the pressure light switch is now you have a dimness option. So for the video's sake, I'm just going to keep this at the widest angle possible. And if you guys can see right here, there's a plus and a minus sign. Let me go ahead and just hold the minus sign. And let me hold the plus sign. So I'm not sure how useful that is for you guys. Personally, I just keep it at the highest setting possible. I want to blind my enemies as much as I can when I have the chance, but that is a good feature to have for those that need it. So my thoughts on this flashlight is more or less a 50-50 just because of just having a Picatinny. It's very limited to just having a Picatinny rail mount. If you guys are M-LOK users like myself, this will kind of be useless to you unless you want to buy that adapter from M-LOK to Picatinny rail mount. Then you're more than welcome to have this as an option. Now, the one thing I must say is that it's not like all flashlights where this would have more of a flat surface. It's not. I can touch that if you guys can see. It's more of a dome. That's how they get the effect of the floodlights or the beam. Now, my highest tip for you guys when buying flashlights, not even just for this, is buy some plexiglass. Cut it up. You know, it's not going to cost more than, let's say, $30. Cut it up, place it on top right here, and, you know, tape it. It saves all your flashlights, your electronics, your cameras from having you to buy another one. Let me just put it out there. You do not need to buy somebody else's or a store's lens protector. That could cost anywhere from $15 to $20 just for it to get shot once and it breaks. You can go to Home Depot and buy yourself plexiglass or Lexan, something that's very durable. You can make it yourself. Get a Dremel, cut it out, place it on top, and then you're good to go. You know, the way how I do it is I would put clear tape, very clear tape on top. I would put the plexiglass or Lexan on top, and then I'll put another clear tape on top, kind of overlapping just the sides right here so that I can electric tape it, so that I make sure it is secure there, so that if the Lexan or plexiglass ever fails, there is still that 2-layer protection from the tape, which, you know, most of the times after a game, I'll look at my flashlight, see if it's been damaged. Most of the times, it's good. I don't actually remember a single time ever since Siege days, if you guys know what Siege is, I've ever had one of those break on me. For my thoughts about this flashlight, it is a very good flashlight. I am very sad that I couldn't really try this in an actual game. I know it would blind a lot of people, especially if you have it in the floodlight mode, because it just absolutely just, it brightens up the whole area, as you guys can see. Now, what I wish they did include in the package itself was I wish there was a way for this right here to come off, which is the Picatinny rail, and I wish they added some sort of a ring or, you know, a tactical ring where you could just have this on yourself, because mainly for gunrunner, I use this flashlight a lot, and it saved me and my friends from having to trip on branches. Even when we were in the tents, this has saved us a lot from not being able to see at night. It was so pitch black that this is just a flashlight I would probably run on my person at all times. More of like an EDC type flashlight if they had the ring mount. If you guys are interested in this flashlight or other flashlight that BRINYTE is selling, I will leave their link down below. Otherwise, see you guys in the next one.